That's some high quality H2O there.
You good now?
Yeah.
Alright. Hey guys, Mark and Ryan here. So, we recently saw the new Joker movie a couple nights ago, and we decided to give you another movie review, just like that Godzilla King of the Monsters one.
Yep, but we're not in a car this time, so don't have to focus on not crashing.
Yeah. We like this way we're sitting down and we kind of had a couple days to like let it sink in, so now we can actually really think about like what our true final thoughts are, you know?
Yeah.
So
have your thoughts changed since you drive home?
Not really.
No.
No.
All right.
No.
I'm same.
Yeah. No. I'm kind of just yeah. So, as a lot of you guys probably who have followed us for a while, we're really big like superhero fans. We get excited whenever a new one comes out. Marvel. I mean, to how much I love Marvel, I'm kind of getting tired of them.
They're kind of no offense, love Marvel movies. They're all kind of just fading into one another.
Yeah, like
it's just here's the bad guy. Let's defeat the bad guy. Let's kill him. Okay, save the day. Woohoo! Hero stuff. It's becoming like a fairy tale.
That's kind of why when Martin Scorsese, when he said Marvel movies aren't cinema.
Yes.
Like I kind of if what I think he means by cinema is, you know, if what I'm thinking of his definition of cinema is correct, then I kind of agree with him. So like when I think cinema, I think a film presented as a work of art that was made by an artist who put like his heart and soul into this.
Yes.
And whatnot. Yeah, nobody thinks that when they see Marvel movies.
Not just a quick, let's throw everything on the screen and make a lot of money.
Yeah, and like that's, so like I kind of understand from that perspective, but at the same time, cinema has changed recently.
It has, drastically.
So, yeah. But anyways, moral of the story, so Marvel's cool and all, but like, when we find out about DC movies, we more so get a bit more excited just because we've seen so much Marvel that we get, it's exciting to see something new.
It is. It's very exciting, especially considering the fact they're going on a, 2-year break, practically, with no content at all.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's nice to have a good breather and be able to see other people come into the superhero genre and try and take their own crack at it, like DC doing with the Joker movie. And relating back to the whole cinema film, you definitely I felt like it was a
work of art with Joker. It was a work of art. It definitely was. This movie, when we first saw, like, when Todd Phillips, the director, when he released the test reel, that just showed, like, Joaquin Phoenix standing there in the makeup, like, I literally thought it was really cool, except I didn't like how the makeup was at first.
Well, yeah,
it was weird.
You are stuck on the Heath Ledger era. Where
that's the
dark
thing,
because
when I look at this
smile,
and when I look at this Joker, to me it seems like this is a Heath Ledger take on the Joker.
Yes,
like that's the closest that we can compare it to.
Well,
I mean, Jared Leto, we really have nothing to compare to because there's literally nothing of him to see.
I hate that damn movie.
Yeah, we saw the director's cut of Suicide Squad recently as well, and it was massively disappointing, just like the original movie.
30 extra seconds, practically.
Pretty much. Like, there was one extra scene that was kind of cool with the Joker.
Oh, yeah.
Like, on the motorcycle.
Oh, for sure.
But, like, other than that, there was, like, nothing new. Even though they said, there was, like, 3 hours worth of, like, Jared Leto's Joker, and they only used, like, what?
I was expecting a good, at least, half hour of extra footage.
Yeah.
There was barely even 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's still, like, don't get me wrong, kudos to DC for trying something new. They were trying to be edgy, but they kind of failed.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go for edgy, go for it. Don't try to, like, hold back. Like, if you gotta go for it. And that's pretty much what this Joker film did. Is they were like, no, we want that R rating, we're gonna get it, and we're gonna go for it.
Which, with Joker, that's definitely the perfect character to try with that.
For sure.
I mean, obviously having Joker without Batman I
liked it.
I mean, I liked it because you can do that with Joker, but at the same time, it's like, you do have to throw at least some element of Batman in there, because
they did at, like, the very end of it. We got another Batman origin story. But I like how it wasn't drawn out. It was bang bang, pearls drop, oh my god, Batman's born, let's cut back to the Joker.
Pretty much, which is also, that at the same time is kind of why I was like, are they gonna make the Robert Pattinson Joker related to this? Thankfully, they're not.
No.
But
actually, there are a couple theories floating around that I have looked up.
Yeah. So
Of it, the oh my god, the Joker universe or whatever it is, where you have to kill the Joker to become the next Joker. I think it is.
Pretty much. Yeah.
That's pretty much what the theory is. Is like Joaquin Phoenix Joker dies and like he passes the mantle to Jared Leto's Joker.
I mean.
The theory went into more depth. I'm not going to go on that here because this is a movie review.
Yeah.
So.
But then the trailer came out, and the trailer was exactly what I wanted to see.
Oh yes.
Like the trailer was perfect. The second trailer was good too. I thought the first one was so much better, but then again,
after watching the film, you understand why the trailers were cut that way, because if they did it any other way, it would reveal too damn much.
Honestly, yeah, pretty much. And this movie definitely was not what I thought it was going to be.
Oh no.
It was a much different take, but that's what I liked about it.
Yeah.
I liked that it did a different thing.
They took a hard left turn, and it was a good hard left turn.
Yeah, it was a fantastic. This was definitely really good. Like I said before, I can't bring myself to say 10 out of 10 though, just because there are a couple things here and there that did kind of. I was like, all right. There were, it wasn't the perfect experience. This might be harsh to say, but I really don't get why there was an 8-minute standing ovation for this movie.
I feel you there. Like, when I first heard that, I was like, wow, 8 minutes. Wow, this is going to be an amazing film. I'm so excited to see this.
Either that or that got my hopes up way too high, and I feel like that may have been the case, but it's like, I watched it, and I'm like, it was good, but I was kind of expecting more. I legit hate to say that, but I mean.
Needless to say, though, I left the cinema feeling fulfilled. Like, we finally got another really good Joker origin story, other than the Killing Joke, and like a couple other ones. Well, this was a nice portrayal because it still left mystery. It still is like, what's real, what's not real, what was in his head, what wasn't in his head, and then it's like you leave the theater thinking. This is going to be a film that probably people like me and you and whoever's going to watch this are going to talk about for years and years to come.
Yeah, it definitely. I definitely enjoyed this movie a lot more than I enjoyed Endgame. Endgame, not to trash that movie at all, but I literally felt 3 hours in that movie. It dragged. There was stuff that was really unnecessary. They purposely did. I don't know. I just wasn't.
You felt the time.
Yeah.
And then when it got to the big climax for Endgame, it was over in a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
When you finally get to the climax in Joker, you're left wanting more, but then again, you get what you need from the climax.
I did kind of sit there and, with all the controversy coming out, I kind of was expecting the movie to be a bit more violent than it was.
Yeah.
Because
the body count wasn't that high.
It was 6, 7 people maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to complain and be like, oh, ban this movie, if anything, I would expect at least, 10, 20, maybe a lot more than that.
That's the thing I don't get about society is, oh, let's ban the Joker film because violence, but we are going to release, how many trailers? It was 3 damn trailers for a war movie.
2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, really?
He shot, 4 people out of the 6 to 8 people?
Yeah.
6 people got shot. You see,
the one person got strangled. It wasn't. I was expecting a hell of a lot.
I was expecting more. Fucking explosions, people getting stabbed and cut open, and the whole 9. No, just a couple gun wounds.
Yeah, no, that's kind of all it was. I'm kind of disappointed that the internet flipped out over that much.
It's the internet.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
So.
But I will say, another positive, Joaquin Phoenix was definitely great. He was a great Joker. I don't know if I can, I definitely like him more than Jared Leto, but that's just because I haven't really seen much of Jared Leto.
Exactly.
To how much I like Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
He beats Jack Nicholson in my book.
He does, yeah. I love Jack Nicholson, but Joaquin Phoenix, was perfect.
Yes.
Heath Ledger, on the other hand, that's kind of where I'm they're kind of tied because they're very similar to me. It literally feels like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker was the father of the Heath Ledger Joker.
Yes, it felt Heath Ledger's inspiration to put the mask on.
It one of the people that were inspired later on if Joaquin Phoenix would have died, Heath Ledger's Joker would have been there, and it would have. We probably should have put a spoiler
We'll do
alert
that,
into
and
this.
we can put that in the beginning.
Yeah, but no, but yeah, he seems like, like a teenager in there would have looked at this and took inspiration and grew up to be Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yes.
So to me, I'm like, they're kind of in the same ballpark there. Like to me, they're kind of like, they're at the top holding hands, like that whole Blades of Glory scene, like that, like, to how weird that one was. But yeah, like that, to me, like, what?
It took me a second.
No,
Jeez.
when like they're holding hands together, like Will Ferrell.
No, like
it's like that's kind of them right now.
They are pretty much evenly matched in my book for the originality of a Joker portrayal.
Yeah.
And what we're not used to really seeing in comic books. Spot on. Them take the prize 100%.
But I mean, yeah, I will definitely say Mark Hamill is still the best Joker.
Yes.
Live action wise, though, Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix are right there. Everybody else in the movie, like the acting was fantastic in this. The acting was great. It literally did feel like a work of art. Like it felt artistic.
They used the
like
old
artsy.
school. They used the old school Warner Brother logos. They used old school filming techniques. Like it was.
I don't even.
Done.
Did they even really say what time period this was?
This is well, going off of the amount of trash that was in there, it was around roughly the
because it seemed like
1980s.
there were
I think
there were
New
some
York.
element like because there were some elements that to me seemed like they were from the 80s. Some elements that looked like they were from the 50s.
Roughly around.
Some elements from the 20s. Like it literally felt like a Great Depression time frame as well. So
Yes.
I was like. It felt like a combination of like the 20th century highlights.
They based it around when the New York sanitation workers went on strike, and actually in New York City the garbage would get piled up because no one was collecting trash. So that's roughly around the time frame where they based it. I think that was either 1980s or like
Okay.
roughly around that time period.
Yeah.
So that's why there was trash piled everywhere. It had that really dirty, claustrophobic, I'm trapped in this world I don't really love feeling to the movie, which was great. I loved how claustrophobic it felt, and then towards the end of it, it started opening up. Like, the way they shot it, the
cinematography.
Thank you. It was beautiful. It looked like a work of art. It looked like old school cinema.
It was a very beautifully done. It was a very beautifully done movie.
Thank you. Yes.
The cinematographer of this movie was the same cinematographer for Godzilla King of the Monsters, actually.
Yes.
Fun fact. Which those have definitely been, I think, some of his two best looking movies. He did the Hangover movies, I know, because director Todd Phillips of Joker, he directed the Hangover movies, which he also directed like a War Dogs movie with like Jonah Hill, I think, in it.
Jump right there.
Yeah, like, and it's like he's known for like these very well. I mean, I kind of thought the Hangover movies were a bit overrated. They weren't bad though. No, they were good. It's just there were people telling me it was the greatest comedy movie of all time, and I watched it. I'm like, it's good. It's not.
It's a bunch of dudes getting drunk.
Yeah, like I've literally
figure out what they did.
Like this was me when I was like 21. Like shit.
We're not bashing on films here.
Yeah, no, but like it's just like I didn't understand the hype, but like to see Todd Phillips go to do something like this, I'm like that's awesome. You know, I love when people like branch out. Like I loved when Kevin Smith branched out and did horror after doing all of his comedy.
Yeah.
Which is why we're probably going to review Tusk sometime. Because
I don't get to see that.
Yeah,
so
that's
that
good.
Nice.
Oh.
That'd be nice.
Oh no! Like Tusk is going to be an interesting experience.
Okay.
That is one of those weird movies out that we're going to watch. So that's another thing too. So we're actually thinking about doing like movie reviews that no one else really talks about, like movies that are just kind of ridiculously like underrated for like the worst ways. If that makes sense.
Sand Shark.
Yeah. I have a bunch of movies saved in my Amazon Prime watch list, but basically C-list movies. Like, you know, movies that are like really cheesy and lame.
The stuff you hear through tongue and mouth, per se. Like you have to know someone that's watched this and has taken the time out of their life to watch these films to be like, it's not that good, but it's not that bad. If you got an hour to waste, watch it.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, because there are low-key some, like, really good ones out there that I think are worth... Like, The Room, for example, I think is perfectly, like, worth watching.
Okay.
That movie's fantastic.
We're getting off topic of the Joker thing, though.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, you know, we do want to do more here. Yeah. But, okay, fine.
No, just...
final thoughts on Joker.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I have to give it a 9. I don't agree with your 8. I have to give it a 9.
Yeah, I gave it an 8. Like, again, like, to me, like, an 8 out of 10 is like, you know, it's good, but like, I can't sit here and say it's great. Like, I can't say it's this perfect, fantastic movie that got an 8-minute standing ovation.
Yeah.
Like, I can't bring myself to say that, so therefore it's like, I pick 8.
A really good film. It's not perfect.
It's definitely a very comic book loyal movie, but it's definitely nowhere near a perfect movie.
Yes.
At all.
I loved the subtle hints to very select comics that they did. If you are a hardcore comic fan of the DC franchise, you will pick up on them very subtly. They're not thrown in there blatantly, just straight up, hey, look at this, look at it. It's, you have to know what you're looking for and have had experience in this to know when it's there.
Yes.
Like the television scene.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
The television scene, there's like there's the animated movie, I forget what it's called, forgive me, and then there's a comic book it's based off of, and I also forget what it's called, forgive me as well.
Yeah.
But almost shot for shot, it was beautiful, loved it.
Yeah, no, it was great. Like, that was a very, like, that scene right there kind of showed, like, yeah, Joaquin Phoenix, you're a good Joker.
Mm-hmm.
You're, like, this is, yeah. But again, even though I gave it an 8 out of 10, he gives it a 9 out of 10, it's definitely worth seeing. Definitely see this in theaters. It is worth seeing.
The entire movie kind of just builds up to he's walking a line from comedy and tragedy, and he finally decides that why not just mix the both of them and make his tragedy his comedy and his comedy his tragedy.
Yeah.
Per se. So seeing a semi-sane man, I say this because he has a bunch of medical problems in the film, go from being rejected by society and not really cared about to being the literal center of attention in a matter of, what was it, 3 weeks?
Something like that, yeah.
The movie, that was the time frame.
I know it was like less than a month, but yeah.
Yeah, it was roughly about a couple weeks, seeing a man go from nothing to absolutely
batshit crazy.
Owning a town over shooting 3 people.
Yeah.
Because it really diversified the rich versus the poor.
Yeah.
And seeing a poor man come from nothing to having literally the entire city in the palm of his hand was brilliant.
Yes, it was. Shout out to my patrons over here. Yeah, like right here.
There.
And if you want to become a patron and get a shout out, as well as have access to a lot of exclusive content on my personal art blog.
Because we don't just do movie reviews here, we do short films.
Yeah, we do all that. Like, you're gonna find a lot of, like, you can find a lot of cool shit over there. And again, if you want to support, just go check that out. And I guess, yeah. And make sure you check out his channel too, Classvlogs. The pause of content right now is only because we're actually just working on a lot of behind the scenes stuff, getting everything set up. So
we have a lot of things going on in the background that we really don't want to put out in public. Plus, we're humans. We have problems. That happens.
Yeah.
So forgive the break, but I promise I'm going to come back with a couple of really good videos.
All right, but yeah. Anyways, if you enjoyed what you watched, make sure you like, subscribe for more, hit the notification bell so that you get notifications. If you want to get a shout out at the end, check out Patreon, and become a patron at Patreon. And we'll see you in the next video. See you guys.
Bye.